Everybody, it's ML7, your host for tonight, and I have some news for you because it's a news alert. Director's Take Hero Balance preview for Overwatch 2 Invasion. It was just posted a couple of minutes ago by Aegon Killer from Blizzard Entertainment. There's a lot coming to the game in Overwatch 2 Invasion. We've talked about the new story missions, the event missions, our new game mode Flashpoint, the new hero progression system, as well as hero mastery missions, ... And we'll be talking about our newest support hero soon. On top of these new additions, there are also a lot of changes coming to our current heroes next season, Wonka W. Nearly half of our heroes are getting balance changes. What? I want to go over every change in the season here. They'll all be in the patch notes, but I'll go over some of the larger ones. I'm scared. But two quick bits first. There was a lesson in the Life Weaver release where our newest hero was interesting, but just wasn't strong enough on release, and we don't want to repeat that. Release broken hero, release broken hero. For Overwatch 2 Invasion, our aim is to have our newest hero be exciting and impactful on day one, which is something that we did not do with Life Weaver for whatever reason. It's not our intent to release a hero that's way overpowered, but we prefer that people play her because she brings value, not just because she's new. We will be watching her very closely, listening to player feedback, and will make early changes if necessary. We're making a change to the way we calculate damage against armor. Armor damage reduction is now additive with other sources of damage reduction and respects the current cap of 50%. It used to be multiplicative with damage reduction from abilities, creating situations where certain heroes were much more difficult to damage than intended since they were bypassing the damage reduction cap. This shouldn't be a big change and will mostly affect Ramatra and Orisa. So Ramatra and Orisa, as you know, they're kind of unkillable during Fortify, and when he blocks and stuff now, it's going to be easier than before. That's what you need to know. Good change. And Winston and Diva, yeah, I agree, but it will just be more noticeable when Orisa fortifies and Ramatra uses this. So, finally. Okay. On to balance. One of the themes for balance changes this season is reacting to some of our recent tuning tweaks. We made several changes to Cassidy's Not This Again Magnetic Grenade this season, and going forward, we'll be refining it with Pepe W. We'll be refining it to address some of the extremes of the ability. Its maximum range will shorten quite a bit with a 1.5 second max travel time. Cassidy will also get a health buff and some changes to his damage fall-off. They made it seem like, so guys, listen, the grenade is so broken, we're going to nerf it, but we're also going to add some extra HP and stuff. And again? Okay. We're happy with the power of Torbjorn's turret following the season's change, but would like to increase the damage potential of his primary fire. Why? Which will be getting a faster fire rate. Why? We're also speeding up his weapon swap. Why? So that he's more effective at keeping his turret up. Soldier 76 got quite a buff in Season 5. We don't think he's oppressive, agreed, but there's room to lower his damage output. Disagreed. We'll be reducing the damage on his Helix rocket and slightly increasing the cost of his ultimate. Okay. Lastly, we're continuing to make changes to Orisa. Her Fortify ability will now grant 100... I'm sorry, I'm gonna be sick. What? Excuse you? Will now grant... Focus. Her Fortify ability will now grant 125 bonus health, and the start of her damage falloff will be slightly extended. We wanted to see how much the mid-season changes would bring her up before the armor/damage reduction hit, and I think she needs a bit more to compensate. Wait, how much health does she get right now with Fortify? She gets 50 or 100? How much does she get? She just got a Fortify buff. 75? They doubled it? 75. They doubled it. No, they didn't double it. Quick math. But that is a big one. That's too much. That's 50 extra. Okay, I'm scared. While we're releasing a new support in Invasion, we're also making quite a few changes to our current support heroes. We're continuing to focus on Life Weaver. We think he's in a much better state now than at his launch. True, he's not incredibly bad. He's just still incredibly bad, but we'd like to focus on two aspects of his kit, giving his ult more impact and giving Life Weaver himself more survivability. Okay. Part of the Tree of Life's healing will now be converted into Overhealth. Stonks. Up to a maximum of 100 health per play. stonks. Life River stonks go up. He will also get added survivability by converting some of his health to shields and upping the amount of healing done by rejuvenating dash. Okay. Blizzard picked one of the two approaches that we talked about earlier in order to make him viable. You either break his numbers or you change aspects of his kit. I feel like they broke the numbers. So let me talk about this just very shortly. Part, not all of it, part of Triev's life healing will now be converted into overhealth. If you don't know what overhealth is, think about when Lucio uses beat. If you have 200 HP, you get to almost 1000 HP and then it slowly decays. Think of like when Sigma, when you use kinetic grasp and you suck incoming damage, you get some bonus HP that just decays. Brig ultimate 2, yeah, you don't get armor, you get overhealth. It just decays after some time. So literally, it's gonna make everybody tankier. So if you place your 3, then I assume you're missing HP. If you're at full HP, you're gonna start getting overhealth. It's just the ultimate, and the ultimate stays up for like what, more than 10 seconds? It's gonna be a lot of healing, and it's AoE, but it is capped at maximum 100 health per player, which is good. He'll also get added survivability by converting some of his health to shields. What this means is that if you want to dive a Life Weaver, he has the support passive, and he also has the shield passive right now. In case you don't know, shields regenerate after getting out of combat for I think 3 seconds, while the support passive kicks in after getting out of combat for 2 seconds and it regenerates HP. So you're gonna have both of them stacking, and he's going to get himself healed up a bit faster by himself compared to other supports that don't have shield passive. So he's going to get, if he's out of combat, he's going to regenerate his HP faster. Also, upping the amount of healing done by rejuvenating dash, which means that if he uses his shift, his movement ability, apart from his pedal platform, he will get some extra life. TLDR, he is becoming slowly but surely, and I say this is very hard for me to say, but he's becoming slowly but surely a healer. He is the healer of the supports. This is the direction that I'm seeing. Okay. We're also making some changes to Kiriko's Protection Suzu. Wait a second. We're also making some changes to Kiriko's Protection Suzu. It will now heal slightly less, but when it cleanses a negative effect, it will do an additional burst of healing. The slide knockback on Suzu is also being removed. Okay, I don't know why that was in the game. We'd like this ability to feel more pointed. We don't want players to feel like they have to hold it, and we'd like to reward them for using it more situationally. No. You know what they did? This is to punish all of those TikTok Kirikos that use Suzu for themselves instead of using it for the team. You're being rewarded for using it the right way, which is to cleanse negative effects. Wow. But it will help you TikTok a little bit less, I guess. So like if you're Discorder, if you're anti-nated, if you're slept and you throw the Suzu, I assume that it says you get an additional burst of healing. But if you use it on yourself, you're not being affected by a negative effect, like you're not anti-ed or Discorded, for instance, then you will heal slightly less. Right now, I think you heal for 50, so I don't know, I expect slightly less. That's 30 or 40, I think. Should be interesting. But still, more source of healing. We're planning tweaks for several of our support heroes. Oh no, here we go again. But the last one I'll go over here is a reduction in Mercy's damage boost. It won't be a lot. We'll be reducing it from 30 to 25. At this value, we feel that the ability will still feel effective while giving us room to rein in certain damage spikes. We're aware this is a contentious topic and I do not know what this word means, and we're doing our best to be receptive to the various community opinions. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that this is the first time when they actually changed Mercy's damage boost from 30 to 25%. I do not know about the damage breakpoints right now if this changes that much, but this is also, I want to point out that this is also a nerf to her ultimate, because from what I know, you can get ultimate charge based on the amount of damage that you damage boost. So you're also going to get your ultimate just a little bit slower. I don't know about how influential this will be from 30 to 25%. I think that it's going to be okay. Want to see how it's going to feel like. What are the damage breakpoints, you know, with this. But still, Mercy also gets with this a small ultimate knife, in my opinion. There are also a few other notable mentions. Sombra has a few small changes coming next season, but in Season 7, she'll debut her larger rework, complete with a new ability. Okay, so Sombra rework coming in Season 7. Ramatra and Doomfist blocks will now reduce stuck damage. Okay. So you'll take more damage if, let's say, you get attached by a Cassidy. You'll take less damage if Cassidy grenade explodes. So they're becoming a bit more tankier. And we're making changes to Bastion's kit, again, to help him feel more fluid and increase the potential for his tactical grenade. What is Blizzard's obsession with grenades? What is this? Bastion's... Like, we're trying to make a hero viable, so we're going to look at Bastion's tactical grenade. We're trying to make Cassidy viable, so we're going to work at Cassidy's magnetic grenade. What is this? I don't think that Bastion is not played because of his tactical grenade, but oh well. We'll see what the changes are. All of this, as well as the rest of Overwatch 2 Invasion, goes live on August 10. I can't wait and hope to see you all in game. Till next time. You know what got me the most excited about this blog post? Two things. Number one, the fact that they stated here that nearly half of the heroes are getting balance changes. And this is actually intriguing to me a little bit because I feel that there are some heroes that are a little bit too strong, like Diva, and some heroes that are a little bit too weak, like, for example, Lifeweaver. Now, changing half of the roster when I think that meta-wise we kind of like it in an okay spot is kind of question marking for me. Secondly, I'm excited to finally, maybe, hopefully, see Lifeweaver being played. But I do want to express a worry going forward into Season 6 based on what we just read over here. It sounds that Keiko's going to have a little bit more healing, Lifeweaver's going to have a little bit more healing, and I'm a little bit worried with every little bit of healing stacking up in the game. If you remember, in the last patch, I think, Symmetra got a buff in which she was self-healing herself with a beam? I don't know, was something like that. Like, there are too many healing sources from everywhere. I'm a fan of the overhaul change for Lifeweaver and stuff, but I don't think that you should be rewarded for using your Susan the way that was supposed to be designed to be used for an initial burst of healing rather than using it selfishly for yourself. We'll have to wait and see, but we might be entering, how do you call it? Small power creeping healing related based on the blog post that we've been seeing. Not to mention the fact that we've seen some pretty big armor changes here and there that I talked about, and the fact that some tanks will be a little bit tankier than before, even though we've seen the armor changes, because right now Ramatra and Doomfist blocks will now reduce stuck damage. For example, if you throw Cassidy's grenade on somebody, from what I understand, if you throw Cassidy's grenade on somebody and they use the block, then they take normal damage from the nade, right? Because it's a projectile. But if you throw it in Season 6, now they will take reduced damage. So they are a little bit tankier than before in this. We'll have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Excited because it's a lot of changes. A lot of changes means a lot of diversity comp-wise until we figure out which heroes are strong and which heroes are not. And with me trying to finalize my whole monologue at the end, I just hope that we're not going to approach Season 6 being like, oh my god, I like playing against this hero. I don't like playing against this hero. I feel there are a lot of strategies that you can use with all of the changes that are going to be making. And let's wait and see and hope if there are some heroes that are going to be stronger than others or weaker than others that are going to address the changes really fast and make ugly changes if necessary. Can't wait to see the rest of Season 6 stuff. So please let me know in the comments, what do you think? And if you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe. I'm 7 out.